Alright, so this is my first ever live. Just seeing what happens over here. I know earlier we were over on Got Cases panel. So I was just seeing, I'm like, rather than going on someone else's panel this time, I can go on my own panel. Actually, I don't really know how to create a panel. I would have to be told how to do that. I only know how to make myself go live. Hi, Vicky. But honestly, part of me just kind of wants to see, like, what all the settings look like on the other side. Oh, hi. I'm seeing lots of people popping in. How are you doing, Vicky? So I decided, rather than to go over to someone else's panel, I was going to do my own panel. But I don't actually know how to create a panel. I only know how to push the go live button. Good. But I was like, you know what? I guess if I can't control like who's going up on the panels, not that I need to control everything, why not just try something new? Come here, King. Come here. Step up. You gonna go potty? Or no, you just gonna be a butt. Come here. But I did figure I could show off a bird. Oh, and now the dog is immediately here because, jealousy and all that. So this is actually really interesting being on the other side of a panel like this. You're getting a lot more notifications coming up. Like, it's telling me to, like, invite people as guests, and it's telling me all these different little things. So, Vicky, what's your opinion? Do you think we should continue to let Sheena up on panel? No. See, that's, I guess, where I'm at with it. I feel like every time she's up on panel, she is causing problems. And even if, like, that's not the intent when she hops on the panel. Like, I do believe sometimes she might just be hopping on to chit-chat, but, like, apparently we can't all be adults. And it always disintegrates into something more. So his name is King, and he is a green cheek conure. You're gonna go potty. You're gonna go over the garbage can. Go potty. Invite 1-800. There's some interesting names coming on. She loves to cause problems. Nice pigeon. Does this look like a pigeon to you? You move the camera, buddy. He's not a pigeon. He is a conure, but I figured he would be a good companion. The pigeon is aggressive. He's only aggressive to the phone. And it's because, so when you get him close to the phone, he starts seeing himself. And so it's kind of like as though he's looking into a mirror. And he gets confused and he wants to interact. He's like, hey, who is that strapping young man? You gonna talk for them? You gonna say, hi, King? Side-eye. You say hi, King? No? No. I just think that all of this, like, the drama side of stuff has really gotten us distracted. Like, I was having more fun with the FOIAs, personally. AI summary. A first-time creator is learning to host a panel and discuss guests. That is a very funny AI summary. Sheena loves to create more drama. Yeah, but part of me feels like at the end of the day, all of them do. Aw, thank you. Hi, Becky. I decided I was going to host a live. And then I was like, oh, I was going to host a panel. But I don't actually know how to host a panel. I only know how to press the go live button. So here we are. But if someone does tell me how to make it a panel, we can have a panel and we can all chit chat together. Or we can just sit and stare at me and my bird. That's fine too. I don't mind. Either option is good. I just, I was like, I can't always control what's happening on these panels, and sometimes they get very heated. Birds aren't real? King, did you hear? You're not real. Hi, Audrey. Wait, is that my Audrey? That is my Audrey. Do you want to come join me in the bird? I wanted to see what it looked like from this side, and then I also wanted to take what Kay said to heart, because people are like, stop letting Sheena up on panel. Oh, hey, there's a little button here. You're showing me. Look at that.
Hey, I can't be up too long.
Why not? Are you busy cooking?
No, I'm sitting in the car while my son's doing FFA.
Oh, I forgot that you guys were doing the FFA thing. That's why I wasn't bothering you. I forgot why I wasn't bothering you. Look at me. I was doing so good at it.
That's
Birds
okay.
are cute.
I came to the car because it's miserable, it's hot, I'm hot, and the last half of their FFA thing, they swim in the pond.
What?
Yeah.
The same pond you guys were at earlier?
No, it's a pond at his teacher's house.
Oh, okay.
He has a farm.
See, now he's getting chatty again. He always talks when you're talking.
Hi,
He likes
King.
you.
Hi, how are you, King? He's like, where is she, though? I can never figure this out.
You need an Audrey the Gross profile picture sticker?
I'll make one in my chat for
Did you
y'all.
just say
Audrey
step
the
up?
Gross.
Oh, you're learning more words.
Oh, how's the TikTok streets been?
Well, Case went live, and then he was just wanting to talk about how nobody should allow Sheena to go up on panel anymore. And then Autumn came up, and it became about Autumn. What'd you
I think
say?
it's fun to let them up because they just bury themselves. I think it's fun to let them up because they bury themselves.
I think it depends on the time. Like sometimes people really feed into it and get really like overwhelming. So like there are some people where it's fine, like you hold discussions. But like not everyone does that. Some people it gets like really overwhelming. So I get where they're coming from. At the same time, I also like having conversations with people. So I kind of am in the middle here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it.
But either way, I was like, you know what? Why don't I press that button and see what it looks like?
Yeah. Real fast, I don't know who all is watching because I can't see the number, but everybody that's sending me Fancy's video, I have already seen it. I have already downloaded it. It will be forwarded to the proper people. No worries.
Oh, Fancy did a video?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the expose?
I guess that's what she's calling it. She thinks she has something, but she's drinking piss.
Oh, see, I haven't even seen it yet. I don't follow Fancy, so I did not know. Did you see that being Becky, see what the video from Fancy? It's like I have not seen it, and I'm excited to go watch the shit show. After seeing how badly Just Coast got everything, I'm kind of just invested in seeing how badly they all do.
Well, I'm guessing that, my mom is still Bonnie because she claims my mom's lived in Texas for the last 16 years.
This poor Bonnie lady.
Justice for Bonnie.
No, your chat filled up with Becky liked the live. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's like on Fancy's YouTube?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And you already have it downloaded?
Yep.
Sounds good.
You can download another copy, though. That'd be cool.
We'll just all download a copy.
Just in case, if my phone crashes or anything.
That's why you have to back it up to a drive.
I know.
Woman not paying for your external storage. Got to back her up.
I guess I'm going to need to start a GoFundMe for $1 million external storage.
For an external storage. Actually, I spent like $450 on that extra. Didn't I send you a picture of it? And I was like, look how tiny my external hard drive is. I don't know if I sent that one to you, but I sent it to quite a few people. I was very excited. But it cost me a lot of money.
Yeah,
it's very small.
Like that.
I didn't pay for it. My work paid for it. They buy all my electronics these days because I don't really need them for personal use.
Yeah.
What's Fancy's YouTube channel?
The Good Wives Network.
Oh, I forgot. She's a good wife.
If you want, you can go listen to it.
Wait. Like, the Good Wives... Okay, is she a wife or is she divorced? She doesn't seem like she's married.
Oh, she's married because she did the song, Here's Your One Chance, Fancy, Don't Let Me Down. And her husband told her to shut the fuck up. She started squeezing her little rubber duckies.
Okay, Good Wives Network. God, that's terrible. Hold on.
Fancy, and you're watching the Good Wives Network. And so I have something I'm working on Audrey and her book. And I wasn't really going to touch this GoFundMe thing because I think there's other creators that are doing just a fabulous job of breaking it all down and explaining all of her craziness and the lies that she's telling currently. Jessica, I'm looking at you, girl. Great research that you have done. Thank you so very much.
Hold on, pause that.
And like I said, I wasn't going to do anything on this until I...
A round of applause, Jess. Great research. Finding a house my mother never fucking owned, lived in, resided at. I don't even know if my mom's ever even drove past that house. But yes, Jess Coast, we are so proud of you.
Proud of you for finding that house. We are so proud of you in your investigative skills. But you said you're not an investigator.
Wait, Audrey, how about the comment about the person who blocked you? Oh, I haven't read comments. Go ahead, keep playing it. Oh, what the hell, Ashley? What the helly?
Actually, it said turn on reactions. Why would it pause my live so I can turn on reactions? I didn't ask to turn on reactions. TikTok, get your stuff together.
Get your stuff together.
Audrey, let me grab it for you. It's my maiden name, Raj.
Oh, pause again. Imagine them telling me I needed to change it, so I did. Okay, wow, round of applause. Good job, guys. Good job. Okay, let's keep going.
My accounts that have my maiden name to connect to it. But also, girl, whenever you showed like this map from where I live to where my mother lives,
she did show. Hold on, pause again. She may not have shown a map of the United States, but she showed like here's where you drive from this distance to this distance. That's what I'm calling a map, because technically at the bottom, if she would have scrolled down, there would have been directions involved. But okay, yes, round of applause again. Let's go.
Wait, what the heck? Oh, you have a hat on.
Michigan. I am in Fallaville. A lot of people keep saying that. My mom has not lived in Texas since 2002. She left Texas in 2002 to move to Arizona. And then after Arizona, she moved to Nevada. And after Nevada, she moved back to Arizona. And then she came up to Michigan briefly, but that didn't work for her. And then she had like a job where she was working all over the country. So she didn't like have a home address, I guess. Like she used our kid's address, but she didn't have her own home. Okay, now, for those of you that didn't catch that, I'm going to give it down to you. So basically, she's trying to correct where she lives. Fine, that's fine, whatever. But then she goes on to give a very detailed description of where all her mother has lived, right? So she said she has not lived in Texas since 2002, and she moved to Arizona, and then she moved to Nevada, and then she moved from Nevada back to Arizona. And then she says she came up to Michigan for a little bit, but that wasn't working out. And then she says she had a job working all over the country, so she didn't have her own address, but she used the kid's address, but she didn't live there. Well, here's the thing. Number one, Audrey, you don't mention any point in time that your mama moved to Missouri to come take care of your children and bail you out from your court case, did you? Did she?
Imagine going through an extreme amount of stress, more than you're used to, because your mother's fucking house burned and you find out she's living in a shed, and you don't say everything that's right there on your fucking brain, which, by the way, y'all see me do all the fucking time because I have fucking brain fog thanks to taking chemo once a fucking week. But you know what? I also didn't mention that my mom lived in Arkansas. Wow, I didn't say a few states. My bad. Congratulations, you landed your point again. Let's continue.
Ever lived there? Because I don't think she actually lived there, and I don't think that she actually ever took custody of your children, considering that you have custody of the 16-year-old child. Who is the...
She doesn't think my mom ever took custody of my kids. I want you to remember that line, because in a few minutes, she's going to talk about how we lied to the courts when my mom took custody of my kids. So which is it, Fancy, you googly-eyed, fat, fucking, stupid, toad-looking, hunchback bitch? Continue, sorry.
Someone thinks you have cancer,
No, I don't have cancer. I have rheumatoid arthritis. The treatment is a chemotherapeutic that I take once a week. Let's continue.
Child that was allegedly abused by your husband, wink, wink, and
pause again.
He used your children.
Wink, wink.
It's not allegedly, you dumb bitch. So there's no wink, wink. He went to federal prison for it, but round of applause again. You tried. Continue.
Address, but she wasn't living there. So basically, you're admitting that you guys conned the court. You conned the court. Your mother stood in front of a court and a judge, and she said that she was responsible for these children, that she would take care of them for the rest of their childhood, and that they were going to be given the same opportunities as her natural born children, and that Audrey was no longer their parent, but their sibling. Okay? Your mother agreed to all of that and agreed to protect these children, and this is the whole reason why, and I'm going to point this out in my next video, this is the whole reason why DCFS did not want your mother to be the person who adopted your children, because they felt that your mother had already exhibited lack of ability to protect your children from their abusers. Okay?
Okay.
So DCFS says that my mom failed to protect us kids, yet my mother never once had a DCFS case against her. So, congratulations, you tried again.
She looks so accomplished. Look at her.
Yeah. Love that for her.
And so I find that very interesting that you didn't mention Missouri in here. And not only did you not mention Missouri, but you then said that she was using their address, but she wasn't living there because she was traveling all over the country. So at what point in time was she taking care of your children? And you did sign over permanent, not, until he turns this age or he can make his own decisions. Or no, permanent custody was given to your mother, which means for the last 16 years now, your child should have been in her custody in all of these places, except that how was that happening when you were the one raising him all the time and your daughter?
Pause.
So
It's almost like people can go back to court and have things changed around. Congratulations, you tried. Okay, continue.
In other words, you'd lied to the court. You stood in an open court and you lied to court about the intentions of your mother and the intentions of you. And you gamed the court and you won. Good for you. But I'd sure like to know how that boy is with you now and not with his grandma, his mother on paper in this house fire. And why was he in Florida? You know, you didn't mention.
It was posted 39 minutes ago.
You know, I'm not even going to answer that question. I'm just going to let them dig and do the research because I want to see how wrong they get it again. So, another round of applause. Okay,
let's see your guys' investigative journalism skills.
Yeah.
What do you pull up this time? Maybe it'll be a pink shed.
Maybe my mom's secretly a penguin in Alaska, but continue.
Florida either. You didn't mention Florida in all of this. You just mentioned Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, Texas, no Florida, which is where the house supposedly burnt down.
You had to state the obvious, apparently.
I've already stated it. I didn't mention every state my mother lived in. Heaven forbid I forget some while dealing with a huge amount of stress. Plus, it's my mom's residency status, not mine. She acted like I was fucking under oath or something. I was literally just talking and answering people's questions and just yapping at the fucking mouth while also being stressed. But go ahead. Yeah, why does she care?
I'm calling bullshit, Audrey. I'm sorry. I'm calling bullshit on all of it. And I think that your GoFundMe should be reported for fraud because I'm not buying it, sis. I'm not buying it. But I find it very interesting where you're.
Good job. You think it should be reported as fraud. It already was. And whenever it was, I had to provide documents to them to prove that it was not fraudulent. Upon doing so, they unfroze it. So, you tried. Next.
I just want to say I love your profile picture, and if they would give me a better nickname than Ashleysewist, which lacks creativity, I would change my picture like that. But they haven't earned it yet.
Mother has lived for the last 16 years where she was supposed to have custody of your two children and protecting them from you and, you know, the husband that did 5 years for your ass. Man, oh man, boy, do I have a lot of information on this. And, you know, honey, I had decided I wouldn't.
Okay, you weren't home, but he did 5 years for your ass.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
She's convinced that I'm smart enough that I literally fooled the United States government. So, okay. Yep, you got me, Fancy. I'm a fucking mastermind. Just call me WikiLeaks Audrey.
Going to do this. I wasn't going to go over your book or anything because you had decided you were leaving the community and you weren't going to be doing anything anymore. And I kind of thought the problem was resolving itself. And I didn't really care enough to go over your whole bullshit life and how you lie about all of it. But I had it all ready to go and I paused, and I'm so glad I did because, you know, guys, it's so funny. Every time that something like this happens in the Gypsy case, every time that I think I'm ready to do something and something happens and I have to pause, it's because I get more information that gives me a clearer picture. And boy, has this GoFundMe situation with your mother.
Summer said Audrey can't even speak right most of the time. No offense. So, and Summer, you're not wrong. I don't take offense to that. I have extreme brain fog due to the fact that I take chemotherapeutics once a week, as well as I also have hypothyroidism, which causes brain fog on its own. Anyways, the point is, yes, my brain is typically moving way faster than my mouth. So no, I don't speak proper. So anyways, go ahead.
And that is A-okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not offended. It's true.
A much clearer picture into you and your mother's games. I I've drawn a distinct comparison between your behaviors today with this GoFundMe and your behaviors 16 years ago while you were going through the court systems on the alleged abuse charges of your children.
Okay.
I cannot believe that the court failed again so horribly and did not listen to DCFS and allowed a 21-year-old and her mama and her fancy ass little lawyer to.
How did they not listen to DCFS when it's literally DCFS that has to approve somebody to be a foster parent and all that good shit that my mother went through? Oh, wait. They did listen to DCFS. Good job, Fancy. You really tried.
Are you gonna unpause it?
Pull the wool over the court's eyes. Like I said, you may not have fooled the American government, military government, but at your big old 21-year-old self, you definitely charmed a fucking judge.
I didn't fool the government, but also I fooled them because I made my ex take the fall for me. So which is it? Again, Fancy, in your 7-minute video, you have contradicted yourself. Good job.
Also, thank you for everyone who's sent gifts. I really appreciate it, but I also am really struggling to see what's happening.
Okay, guys, so come back in a little bit here. I'll have my next post up. It's going to be talking about the 2 documents that Audrey shares in her book to prove her alleged claims and how those 2 documents don't hold water the way she says that they do. Have a good one from The Good Wives, serving up true crime, one dish at a time. Bye, guys. Mwah.
Well, what do you think of that, King?
Dumb bitch.
So it's a series.
It's a series of them burying them fucking selves. Love that for me. Guess I need to find out if she owns her home and rents it.
I do not think she owns her home.
We'll see if she owns it. She might have to sell it to settle a suit. We'll see.
You're that, King. She might be homeless.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I just got a text from my
Okay. She lives with her daughter. That's what I thought. Evidently, Fraudy needs some gifts. Who's Fraudy? Am I Fraudy? Or is somebody else Fraudy? No, she lives with, like, family because they've yelled at her on lives. Do you have more birds or pets? I do. I have a dog, a cat, and I have birds. I have this guy. His name is King. Well, technically his name is King Theodoto. That's his full given name. But most of the time he calls himself King. And he likes to say hi, King, a lot. But he's not going to do it on camera. Because that's just how he be. And then I have a linealated parakeet, which is not a parakeet. It's a type of parrot. But she is a lot less, like, chill like he is. He'll just go with the flow with anything, and that's his personality. It always has been. So, like, he likes to, like, hang upside down, and he likes to just be a cold goofball. Not all birds do talk. I was actually surprised at how he decided to be so chit-chatty right from the get-go, because he's not that old. He is going to be turning a year soon here. The guest has gone offline. But in the sense that he's like a year old, he's very friendly, he likes to talk. That's been surprising. The other bird that's a parrot does not talk at all so far. 60 years old. See, King will not live to be that long. He'll get to be like 40. Yes, a green cheek conure. He is your standard issue, standard color mutation. You're standard, aren't you? Audrey needs to FOIA's Fancy's arrest. I'm sure Fancy has some really interesting FOIAs. To be honest, I think a lot of the people who are going after Audrey probably have interesting FOIAs. I am not the person who usually pulls the FOIAs. I just like to put things in organized order. So, I mean, if somebody did it, I'd love to look at it and hear about it. Yeah, you've got to like will your pets and really think about that. Thank you, Rose, for liking the live. When you have like birds, with parrots, it's like the bigger they are, the longer they will live. So a large macaw can get into being at 70 years old or up, depending on care and everything. He'll only live to be like in his 30s or 40s. Oh, I know, you little stinker. He actually spends more time upside down in his cage than he does right side up. Fun fact. Hi, Boston. A guest in my live has violated our harassment and bullying policy. Repeated violations by your guests may lead to restrictions on your access to multi-guest live features. So did they report her and then she got booted off? I guess I should look at my phone and see. Did you get booted or log off? I got a notification. We're talking about birds. We're talking about, I guess, Fancy, because we just played the Fancy live. I guess I don't really know how I feel about the whole Fancy thing, because at this point, Jessica's got everything wrong, and it was really funny. And it just was kind of like a big laugh, and like, dude, this girl is kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We already know Fancy's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She got all the cocoa. Oh, I'm sorry, King. I didn't mean to disturb you over there. And then we're also talking about my incredible birds, which I did feel like would be an incredible companion. Oh, Audrey said her husband called, so she did not get a violation. Or maybe she did. I guess I don't really know how those things work. I saw something pop up on my screen saying someone did. And she's the only one who's here. Or was here. There she is. She's back. Did someone report you?
Well, I got a phone call and I answered it, but yeah, I did get a violation as well.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, it popped up on a little note. I've never been on this side of it, so I'm like seeing all the different things now.
Yeah, I did get a violation for harassment and bullying. Crazy how that works.
Who were you harassing and bullying? The person harassing and bullying you?
I don't know. Nobody.
Well, you can go back to your feet.
What?
Or my cow butt.
You know.
Really, TikTok's a very sensitive place, guys. We all have to mind our T's and cross our I's, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yup.
So, what do you think about the fact that she's just going on this little crusade?
I'm loving it for me.
Grandma Babies asked if you contacted the authorities.
I have done what I need to do, and that is as much as I'm willing to say at this very moment.
I think that's the best answer. Thank you.
So,
I don't think that every time Fancy does something, it warrants calling the police. That just would get obnoxious after a while.
I mean, it is good to update them.
Just have them give you a link to just like an open link. Be like, I need this link to be left open for the next year. I will submit reports to the link. And then if anything comes of it, we got all the timestamps and the date it was submitted. It'll be fine. I love when they give us links.
I love their links.
We're like, I don't want to talk to you. Just give me the link and we will put everything you need inside. Go away.
Heaven forbid I use the police what they're for, though. Oh,
Yeah.
where are all the kids going? Hold on. Luke's walking here in 1 second.
All right. Sounds good. He probably took all his sister's chickens. They don't have chickens.
Hold on, I'm going to jump down. I need to go see what we're all doing because swimming / FFA should have ended by now. But all the kids are like, they walked up here and now they're walking back down to the pond. So
well, they're going back
I don't
and swimming
know if
again. It's only 7 p.m. It's still light out. They don't want to go out. Like, what's at home? Heat? HOAs? That sounds terrible.
The air conditioning, because I just had an air conditioning guy come by to find out what was wrong with my air conditioning, why it wasn't working, and apparently there was something wrong with the damper. I don't know. Anyways, it's fixed.
Wait, which air conditioning is fixed? Because all your airs were broken.
My HVAC at my
So the house one? Okay,
yeah.
but the car
I haven't
one
done the car one yet. Listen, I'm gonna do it, okay? It's been a year. And I did it once, and it worked for like 2 weeks, and then it didn't work.
You did it wrong. You went to the wrong person. You trusted them wrong.
I clearly did. So yeah, but it is what it is. Ain't nobody die. Well, I mean, people can die in this heat.
Yes, they can. They really can.
Okay.
But all right, you go figure out what's happening with the children.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Bye.
Right, bye.
Yes, it did actually take her a year, and she still has not gotten it fixed. But it's okay. I suggested she get just like an AC unit for the house, and she was like, I can't do that because of my HOA. And I'm like, this is why I will never have an HOA. Hi, New Orleans lady. So we just got done listening to Fancy's little 7-minute thingy mabobber. It was a lot of nothing burger. But it's going to be a series, so maybe part 2 will have the burger. Can't live in NOLA without AC. What's NOLA? Is that a country or a state? And someone did ask if I'm in the USA. Yes, I am in the USA. Oh, wow, I feel silly. I'm going to New Orleans. When am I going to New Orleans? Hold on. I am going to New Orleans, though. I'm actually going a lot of places this year. Did she even say when episode 2 comes out? It sounded like it was going to be later today. February. Don't go in August. Well, I don't choose when I go on these trips. I go where I go when I'm supposed to. But I'll be there in February. So is that like a good time of year to go to New Orleans? Oklahoma? I mean, like, I drive through if I go to Texas and stuff, but I feel like I haven't been to Oklahoma in a while. It's not the same as when I did live in southern states, and then I was always seemingly driving through Oklahoma. It's just in the middle of everything. Or if you live in Texas, really, if you're just leaving Texas, you have to go through Oklahoma. It's like... Oklahoma is? Well, you guys are so close to DFW, and Dallas just keeps growing, and anyone in the DFW area is very comfortable driving a long distance. They have, like, solidified their fate to cars, and they are very comfortable driving from Dallas to San Antonio. They're like, it's a 6-hour drive. It's no big deal to go to Oklahoma. Right, so it's like 4 hours. When I used to live in Texas, one of the nonprofits I worked with, actually, a lot, I think it was like 30 or 40% of the people were from Oklahoma that actually came into the city to like engage with like community and outreach. So from that perspective, it has the potential to grow into a busy area. And it's central enough that, like, you drive through it. So considering we are such a car-driven country, I think that Oklahoma is going to continue to grow. That being said, there are other areas that are just going to die. Like, what's going on in the Dakotas? Does anything happen there? You need away from the hurricanes and the bad insurance rates. I think, if anything, all of the stuff with Audrey and her mother has taught me how many people have had to compromise. So, like, the term house poor has a whole new meaning, because even if you have your house paid off and you're supposed to be kind of like, at that point, like, when a family has a home, they're kind of working towards that generational wealth. But you're realizing now, as a society, we're putting so many people in positions where they're having to make decisions that are no longer allowing upward projection of generational wealth among anyone but the top 1%, really. Because, like, if you can't afford the insurance on the house, if you can't, the house isn't worth much. If you can't insure it, you can't live in it safely. Someone else, like, the value goes down, then it just becomes a, big problem. Sorry, that was a long rant. I feel like I don't think of things. So that is probably the biggest thing, and why I'm so interested in all the GRB stuff, is how I think of things in such a big way. And it's like, to me, it's not about insurance. It's about what's happening to people as a whole. Yeah, see, that's not okay. It's not like that up here. So, I mean, I'm in Wisconsin. But hi, Queen Rose. How are you doing? The rates are better around here, but we don't have many major things that happen. We do have some flooding in some areas, and that's because we have a lot of lakes and, a lot of water. And then we get tornadoes. So we've been getting a lot of really bad storms, so it's more tornadoes. But that's about the worst it gets here. Yeah. Well, and so it's just, as a society, we're not really working on building up these areas again. And in that way, with hurricanes, or making hurricane-proof housing, it's not a priority. There's not, funding there to, assist people to make those transitions. Your flood is $1,100, so $7,000 a year, and that's for flood insurance. So you're paying $1,100. That's insane. See, things have gotten way too unaffordable, and people are having to pick between paying insurance or paying for food or paying for rent or yada yada yada. Flood and home, $7,000. Got it. What you doing? And with the oil field, so are they putting oil fields in the bayou, is what you're saying? Car insurance is outrageous too. That's also location dependent. So if you're in an area where there's not as many problems, or it's not as expensive, or there's not as much theft. You work in the oil field. Okay. Well, the seafood industry is going to be disappearing over. I don't know what's going to. Another weird thing I'm very. Gypsy Rose is not the only hyperfixation. I'm very interested in dams and how our water and fish and all of that. We're overfishing. We're not doing enough to protect the natural cycle of fish spawning. We're going to have problems over the next 10, 20, 30, and eventually seafood's going to be a luxury. There's going to be a time where we're going to be telling people, I remember when I used to eat an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet, or a seafood thing, or a crab, whatever, because we're not going to have that. And then either we're going to have to really focus on like restoration efforts, and that a lot of it's leaving them alone. So like with salmon, if we just removed a lot of dams and left the salmon alone, they could replenish themselves. I probably would. And hold on, I'm going to write that down, because when I get bored sometime, I have a lot of time on planes, I'm realizing, over the next 4 months. And I can't always do gypsy stuff. Like when I'm feeling like organizing data, I go more to gypsy. But when I just want to research or like dive into a new topic, that is not gypsy. There's not a lot new there. You've calmed down. No, usually you're really noisy. So when I go rock climbing down in like Red River Gorge, Kentucky area, it makes me really sad. So one of the things that happens down in that area, so Kentucky, I'm talking like Holland County, I think is what it's called. Like Slade, Kentucky, that kind of area. So I spent a lot of time there, because when you do like when you're rock climbing, you kind of like climb and then you need to rest, and then so you go do stuff in the area. Hey, Queen Rose. But like I've done a lot of exploring in the area, and just on my rest days, like taking some drives around the area, and you realize how much like poverty is there, and poverty not always in the most obvious sense. So like climbers will buy up land rights while they're still mining below ground, and you realize how there aren't really a lot of laws and regulations in place to force these companies to clean up after themselves. So when the climbing organizations come in and start like working on the land, when I tell other people about this, they like think I'm crazy if they're like from the city or they've never been in the outdoors, and they're like, the outdoors don't have cars just sitting out there. And I'm like, no, they do. There are just random cars and pipes, and like if they just like it stopped working, they just left it there. And so then it becomes like, when we buy the land and the land rights, part of that is that restoration. And you just don't realize it if you've never actually just like gone and wandered around in a new area. And then another thing I realized is like the difference in restoration projects with like your state parks. So like the Daniel Boone National Forest, if like a road gets taken out, it's out for a long time. It's not the same as like the parks in Wisconsin and Minnesota, and like, yeah, the roads open a lot faster, and road closures are more about like snow, not the road got washed away and now we're just not going to replace it for a long time. So I guess most of my experience in those areas has been very like outdoor adventure based, not as much like living there. But it does get to take me to very rural places where I get to go to really interesting diners and meet random locals. And then when people get in trouble, I get to go to the local police station and learn all about the local culture. It's an interesting area. I had to pick up someone, like another climber, on a Monday after a holiday weekend from it was Collin County, I think, courthouse or jail or whatever. It's all one. And the police officers were like, oh yeah, man, those state guys, they're awful. So like the local guys were like hating on the state trooper guys. I'm just here to like bail this guy out with the money he just gave me. And then they're like talking to me, and as the door is open to where the I guess you would call prisoners are, it's county jail, and so I could see them all, and people were just walking in to go for visitors, because I guess I was there for visitation time or something. There was no protocol. I assumed you had to, go through something, and they were just letting people walk through the door. So it was a cultural experience. But, overall, I have to say, the police officers of the county were very nice and, very polite to me. The state trooper guy, he was very rude to everybody, I heard. So, that's my story about the area. The AI summary says, we're discussing environmental issues like dam removal in the seafood industry. See, people don't think I have hobbies. I have so many things I can talk about, guys. We're full of endless topics of discussion. Here, go play on your play stand. So, why are they rivals? Is it just because that's not a thing around here, at least not that I know of. The police are the police. See, I put him over there and now he's talking. He said, "Hi, King," but you probably couldn't hear him. Cops think they know it all. They do. And every state I found out is different in terms of what they require in terms of schooling. Wisconsin does have a pretty decent schooling program. But when you actually see the breakdown of what they're taught, and it's just sometimes you would argue it's an uneven distribution. They're taught more about how to shoot accurately than de-escalation tactics or the psychology of people. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, around here, well, it just depends on where you are. So Wisconsin has very rural communities are obviously very different than the city, and Wisconsin only has a couple city areas. And then we have Chicago. And I know Chicago is not Wisconsin, but it's really right at the top. It's basically part of our culture still too, and part of our culture is hating on Chicago. I don't mind it. I have a second work location there. They're all nice people. Chicago is fantastic. When do we think Fancy will drop the second video? I think that's my other question here. So far, her video has gotten 100 views. At your church, your pastor and your youth pastor are correctional officers. That feels like a conflict of interest. So I don't like the pipeline that takes you are doing a bad thing and says that the solution must be religion. Religion is not the thing that keeps someone in line. I mean, if you want to read a book and help you get an understanding of morals and ethics, I mean, that's as good a book as any, but that's a pipeline. That is a pipeline where they're taking people who are in a bad situation, rather than teaching them about the outdoors or teaching them effective coping skills and how to handle life so they don't reoffend. They're let's go to church, that'll solve your problems, just find God or Jesus or whatever your dose of religion is. And I don't have any problem with religion, I just think you should come to it on your own. They're different in each setting. That seems really weird to me though. I don't know, and I know it's not an actual technical conflict of interest, but it feels borderline separation of church and state. We could separate them. If you're going to be a religious leader, maybe you shouldn't be leading people to do better in, that have offended. They will tell you they can get ugly if they have to. Okay, well, this was a fun first live, and I said I was going to try and go until 6:30, which I feel like I accomplished. I did. It's 6:36. So it was a fun first time. We got to listen to Fancy. That wasn't the most fun part, but it was fun talking to Audrey. I will probably see you guys later, and I'll probably go hop on someone else's panel and go chit chat there. You guys have a great day. It was nice getting to know you. I love hearing about other people's lives, and I actually think this was really enjoyable comparing to all the stress we've had on panels lately. So bye, guys.